You guys, it's Christina with Leads and Leverage, and I'm here with another episode of The Ribbit Show, and today I actually want to talk to you about something that you guys have been asking me a lot about. You want to know, what should you post on your Facebook page? I'm checking my notes to make sure I say it right. What should I post on my page? And I've been thinking about this because some of it's like kind of duh, you know, there's stuff you want to post on there, but there are some things you need to know when you want to post, like not timing, but there are some things that you need to know when it comes to posting. So I want to talk about those and tell you guys what you should be posting to your real estate Facebook business page. So welcome. I'm Christina with Leads and Leverage. If you are watching this in replay or live, either way, I would love it if you would comment below. Let me know that you're here. Let me know where you're watching from. I love seeing that you guys are from all over the world. I love that. So let me know where you're from. And if you have questions, ask me questions. I love doing these live sessions and I love answering your questions. I want to help you kind of overcome some of those questions that we have when it comes to leveraging Facebook for our real estate business, or leveraging email for a real estate business, or leveraging online lead generation, all that stuff that's not a face-to-face aspect. Now, we want to make some stuff face-to-face, obviously, but it's really nice to be able to leverage some of the stuff that's out there now. Anyway, so welcome. Let me know you're here. I would love it if you would. I want to make sure I am live where I need to be. Make sure I'm on the right page. I have done that before. Went live on the wrong page, wrong space. So welcome. Let me know that you're here. Comment below. So let's talk about this. What should you post on your real estate focused Facebook business page? All right. So there are a couple of things that you need to know about posting on your page. First of all, hey Donna, there are two very important things that you need to know about this. One, you need to be somewhat frequent in your posting. If you're just posting a couple of times a week, that is not enough to be in the algorithm and to be in front of people when they're on Facebook. Content expires within 3 to 4 hours, and so you want stuff going about every 3 to 4 hours, no less than about 4 times a day, which, you know, we're going to get into then what could you put on there that's relevant. Remember, posting that frequently does not mean that you are in front of every single person that likes your page each of those times. In fact, you will probably only be in front of them 2, maybe 3 times per week total. That's because of how the algorithm works. It depends on what they're interested in. It depends on how fresh your content is. It depends on when you get on or when they get online, etc. So you want to make sure that you're posting frequently. The other piece to this is you have to be consistent. You absolutely have to be consistent. And you have to consistently do it. If you stop, the problem is then your page pulls out of the algorithm. It's just like ads. And then you have to work harder to push yourself back in. So before you get into figuring out what to post, you need to commit to being frequent and being consistent. Now, I'm going to tell you a couple tools. This is going to be a little bit more of an in-depth ribbit in a way, because I'm going to give you a couple of tools that you can use to help you be frequent and consistent without you being chained to Facebook. Because if you're like me, you don't want to be chained to Facebook. Even though I teach you guys how to use Facebook, yeah, I don't want to be chained to it all the time. So here's what I suggest. Number 1, I would use the Facebook page scheduler. Right on your Facebook page, you can schedule your posts. Now, this is great because it's free. You can just plug your stuff right in. It's wonderful. What's not so great about is remembering, like on a calendar format, what you have scheduled coming up, what you've already scheduled, things like that. So it's not great for managing that. So that's where I actually recommend Edgar, meetedgar.com. And Edgar is a virtual octopus. He is different than Hootsuite, than Buffer, than Post Planner. He is completely different than all of these. He actually manages your content calendar. So it's a lot easier to use. It's more like having a virtual assistant than it is having just a scheduler. So definitely look into that if you want to use something more than just the Facebook scheduler. So that helps with your frequency and your consistency. Gotta have those. Doesn't work. It doesn't matter what you post on your page if you are not frequent and consistent. So Yeah. So make sure you guys ask me questions, leave comments if you need feedback from me. Go ahead. Let me know you're here and let me help you. So the next thing, when you post on your page, because you are a real estate agent, you want to be contextual. Now, that doesn't mean post listings. That doesn't mean post stats. But when you're posting and when you're sharing, you want to bring things into context around real estate in a way. So, for example, if you see something funny, a funny video, a funny meme, and you're like, oh my gosh, that's totally how I feel after a really long listing appointment, or that's how I feel if I've gone to bat. I mean, just if something pops into your mind right away with that funny meme or that funny video, share it and tell people that. The other day, I actually shared something on my business page because I saw it. It was a funny cat video. I saw it and I just cracked up because it was this cat laying flat on the ground, just dipping water with his paw and then bringing it to his mouth, kind of like grapes. And I was cracking up because I'm like, that's exactly how I feel after a long day of clients and contracts. And so that was making it the contextual. It was funny, but it was still contextual. I'm like, I know this isn't lead generation focused, but this is how I feel after a long day of clients and contracts. How about you? So I made it contextual. So you want to make it contextual. Part of the problem is that we're grasping for viral. We're grasping for engagement, but we're not, because we think that that's going to get us business, but it doesn't make it contextual. When we're trying to, we want people to put us, to remember us and see who we are and what we do, but we don't want to say that all the time, but we want to make sure that whatever we do or say, we bring back to what our service is, what we do. So that's what I mean by contextual. So I'll get into this some more. Gary Vaynerchuk has a book called Jab, 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 Right Hook. And right now in our mastermind, I'm having our mastermind read it. It's an older book now. It's funny. It's like 4 years old now, 5 years old now, but it is so relevant. And it seems like the culture is just starting to get around to what he predicted 5 years ago, which is basically give, and then rarely ask. Ask once in a while, but pretty much give. So it's almost, in other words, on your Facebook business page, frankly, should be almost zero listings. You should not be putting those out. You should have a resource for people to get to them, like maybe put a post or something like that, but you should not be pumping out your listings. All too often, this is what agents do. I run the Facebook for Real Estate Agents group, so you're welcome to come join us in there, but this is what agents do. Some of them join, and then they immediately post their spam crap in the group. That's what all the other Facebook groups are like. You don't want your page to be like that. Your goal is to get clients. Your goal isn't to puke your crap all over people. And that's what we're doing as agents. I mean, that was quite a visual explanation of that, but that's what it feels like to the consumer when all we're doing is new listing, price reduction, open house. They're like, okay, well, when I'm ready to buy, whatever, and they won't be around when they're ready to buy because you won't be around because they're not going to be connected to you because you did not give them any value during that time frame. A year from now, 2 years from now, you did not help them in any way. You did not help them with their current home ownership. You did not give them any value. So that's the give part. We're not giving them access to listings. We're giving them value. We're helping them with their journey in owning a home. So that's another one. Here's the other thing. If you're going to do blatant promotion, you're going to promote your listings, promote your open houses, you need to do those as ads through Power Editor. This is important. Facebook is penalizing blatantly promotional posts, period. What they're doing is they're penalizing posts, meaning they're not pushing them out. And if you have too many of those kind of posts, they won't push anything out from your page. So you need to run promotional posts as ads through Power Editor. Why Power Editor? Because you need to run them as a dark post, and Power Editor gives you the most control. You don't want the post to actually go on your page. You want the post to promote to the people that are connected to your page. That's the difference. Here's the thing though. None of this will matter. None of it. None of it will matter if you have not taken the time to build targeted page likes. Here's what Facebook does. When they push your stuff out, they see who responds to it. And then they push it out more to those similar types of people. So if you have done like most other agents have done and gathered colleagues, real estate colleagues, to your page. They're not your target audience. I don't know why we do that, but we do. You shouldn't be doing that. But if you've gathered real estate colleagues to your page and they're not your target audience and they're the ones responding to your stuff, then guess what Facebook's going to do? It's going to push your stuff out in front of more people who completely are not your target audience. This is why, yet another reason why targeted page likes are so incredibly important. You don't want to run contests for page likes. You don't want to just gather as many as you can find or get. You want targeted, highly targeted. You want homeowners who live in your specific zip codes. That's big. So that when you're putting content on your page and they're looking at it and they're responding to it, then Facebook goes, oh, okay, more people like that, and then pushes it out to more people like that. This is key. So you want to make sure your page likes are targeted. I have, and I should have put the link in this video. I'll put it in if you're watching this in replay. I actually have a Facebook page setup checklist. And right after you sign up to get that checklist, it's free. Right after that, I offer one of the classes. It's the Facebook page setup strategy. It's one of the classes that's inside my membership. I offer it for $7. It is your whole entire Facebook page setup. It's all the videos and everything, how to set it up as a real estate agent, how to get it to be a lead generating funnel, where to put the stuff in the right places, things like that. So definitely you want to get that. So I will put the link for the page setup checklist above and below in the comments and the text above, but you want it, the part that I'm talking about is once you download the checklist, get that workshop. The only place you can get that workshop for $7 is right after that checklist. All right, so now let's get into some ideas of things that you can share. Okay, so first of all, when you don't have your own content, like you don't have your own blog posts and you don't have your own photos, things like that, here's what you can do. You can share from local pages in your markets. So local pages, local sites in your market. Now this is third-party content, but you want to leverage it. So if there's local photographers, if you have a convention and visitors bureau, if you have anything that wants to share, that shares local content in your own market, go ahead and share that. Share that on your page, but you got to be really careful. You don't want to be an activities coordinator. You are not Julie from the Love Boat. You are wanting to make sure that what you're doing is still contextual. So share the things. I mean, gorgeous photos of the area, that's one thing. But when you're trying to be the planner of all the events or the letting people know when all the events are, not so much, unless you're being contextual. So for example, here's a way to be contextual in my market. So we host 2 Ironmans every year. We host a full and a half every year. So what we do with that is to be contextual. One, you could let people know of resources to rent Ironman rentals. The other piece is, what about neighborhoods that might be affected with the block-offs on the Sunday that Ironmans are on? There are road closures. There are different things like that that affect the residents. Okay, that's a good way. And you can also support the community by saying, hey, since you can't get out anyway, get out really early and come down and volunteer, things like that. So you want to be contextual, give them stuff that's going to help. They may not really care what's going on in the neighboring town, if it's just an activity or a city park thing, but if it affects them, they care about that. So you definitely want to do that and help them. The other piece is you want to leverage kind of national or international third-party content from resources like Houzz, H-O-U-Z-Z, or HGTV. Those are 2 resources that you can use. Here's the thing when you leverage those. Do not do stats. Don't do stats, because national stats are flipping nothing. They mean nothing. They mean absolutely nothing. In fact, they're useless. They're absolutely useless for your homeowners in your neighborhood. So if you're going to share stats, you make sure you share accurate stats from your specific area and you decode it for them. Explain to people what the stat means and to their own home. So if you're going to use stats, you got to go to all that work, which is fine. But when you're using national, international resources, share things like people love house tours. They love remodels that are simple and very inexpensive, but build up value. They love to see, I cannot tell you how much they love to see house tours, remodel changes. They love that kind of stuff. If you see really good articles out there about, should you remodel? Should you rent out your house? Should you buy a different one? Things like that. Those are the kinds of things that you want to share. And that's all, we have all that in the membership. I give like 100 and some pieces of content because I go all over the web every month finding really good articles for members. But that's what you can do. You can absolutely go out and do this and look at those resources. And two of my favorite are Houzz, H-O-U-Z-Z, and HGTV. Just make sure that whatever you pick isn't promoting a competing brokerage or a franchise or thing like that. So just want to make sure, because sometimes it's maybe you're with Keller Williams, it's on the Coldwell Banker site, or you just make sure it's not promoting your competitor. So read the article. Now, when you're posting third-party content, when you're sharing from Facebook pages, when you're sharing from Houzz, you're sharing from HGTV, you need to be conversational. You need to tell people why you're sharing this. Don't make the assumption. It could just be, I really liked number 3 if it's a list, or thought that this might be helpful for people who blank, blank, blank. So you want to make sure you share that kind of stuff and communicate to people why you're doing it. Make it relevant for them and to them. Okay? So that's a lot of stuff. Let's start over. Not start over, but let me just run through it real quick. First of all, you need to be, when posting on your page, you got to be frequent, you got to be consistent. You can leverage the Facebook scheduler, or I strongly, strongly recommend meetedgar.com over Post Planner, over Hootsuite, over Buffer, over everything. It is completely different. It doesn't just post. It actually is like a virtual assistant. It's really awesome. You need to be contextual. You need to give. Help people on their journey. Give, give, give. Rarely ask. When you do ask, when you do promote, you need to run those through Power Editor and run those as ads to your page. Absolutely. So you need to be running them as ads to your page. Don't let them go to posts on your page. And then you need to share, like I said, ideas from local pages, like ideas of content from like local pages, local photographers, local things. Maybe there's your city council that you can share about neighborhood stuff or things like that. Leverage those. Leverage that. If you don't have your own content, leverage it. Even when you do have your own content, leverage it. And finally, and this is the most important, I should have put it up at the top, but finally, none of this matters if your page likes are not targeted. If you have real estate friends on your page, start over or get rid of them. So get the Facebook page setup strategy checklist, and then right after the checklist is the workshop. It's a Facebook page setup strategy workshop, the complete Facebook page setup strategy workshop. It is actually one of the classes inside my membership, but I am offering it to people who get the checklist for $7. So grab that, use it, and leverage it. Get your page set up so that you can actually generate leads. It's not just a crazy page out there. All right, so that was a lot. I was trying to get it all out for you because this is already almost 20 minutes. Hey, Donna. Thank you, Donna, for putting that link. I will put it in the text above too when I'm done here. Hi, Marie. Oh, you're fine. Our training, our member training is not till, it's in about 40 minutes in the Zoom link. So yeah, awesome to see you here. Anyone else? Who else is here? I know there's more of you guys here. Who else is here? Hello, hello. Let me know you guys are here. Hi. So I will ask random questions right now. I will answer random questions right now. Yeah. Or I will stock them up and answer them on future episodes. But I've got a couple minutes. You guys want to ask me some questions? Go for it. I see you watching. If I don't see any questions, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. So I just want to make sure. Took a while to find me. It's the Ribbit Show on Leads and Leverage on the page. So this is the public Ribbit Show. Awesome, you guys. I love it when you guys are on here and talk to me because you give me energy. I love that. And then I can give that right back to you. So it's like a high five, virtual high five. So you get on and talk to me and then turns me into energetic Christina and I give it right back to you. So hopefully I can give you some energy for the rest of this afternoon. It's a Tuesday. I was going to say it's a Monday. I forgot what day of the week it was. It's a Tuesday, so. Is there something new with the call to action button on the business page? What do you mean by that, Marie? Are you having problems with it, or are you... I haven't noticed anything new. Let me pop in real quick. look at that. Looks like I can't get the contact me to work. You know, that's really interesting. Because I am looking, yeah, I'm looking at it. It looks like it's changed. Edit the button. You can book services. You can get in touch. You know what? I bet they're rolling out a new look because I'm looking at mine right now and there is no contact me. There's actually, they've changed it. Now when you click on edit the button, I see an option of book services. I see an option of get in touch. I see an option of learn more. I see an option of make a purchase or donation. And then there's a drop down for each one of those for more details. I have a feeling UPS is here, you guys, and I have a feeling UPS needs me because we have a wine shipment coming. So you're going to go for a walk with me. And they're not going to accept my son's signature. They accepted you? Because I was here.
He just signed for you.
Okay. All right. Yes, one of our wine clubs came. Sorry about that, guys. Okay. Okay, yeah, so Marie, I have a feeling I'm looking at it and it looks different. So I have a feeling that's probably why. So I would refresh then like everything, and then I would wait a day because it's probably rolling out these new changes. And your web address is not working. Yeah, so it will work. Mine is still working more. Mine is still working. Let's see, I have sign up. So sign up is one, yep. I have them right on the form. I'm looking at it. So it looks like it'll still work, but it's going to be a new format. So the contact button is going to look a little bit different. It'll be under the Get in Touch tab once you go to edit your call to action button. Any other questions, you guys? Before I wrap this up, I have a training in about a half hour, well, about 35 minutes with my members. We're actually going to talk about the best type of audience to set up right now. There is like a flippin' really awesome audience to run ads to. And we're going to walk through that as for our members. It's like super awesome. It's a bonus training for them. It's pretty awesome. It's awesome. It's awesome. Did I say awesome enough? It's an awesome audience. Any other questions, you guys? Anything? Looking at the page, make sure I don't miss any questions on here, on the phone versus, nope. Got it all. Cool. All right, Martha just joined and we're going back over to the training. So I am ending this episode of The Ribbit Show. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for listening in. Let me know your questions so I can do more episodes of The Ribbit Show and help you. Have a fabulous afternoon.